maybe in an hour or two, somebody's going to come knock at your door again. You feel going to bed because in the morning you have to run around your car to make sure that it's safe before you drive off the property. It's hard for me to look at this 2020 and seeing so many things from the past coming back. They said to me, Deborah, the first tire was completely slashed. The second one where you found the nails, it was completely punctured. So this is why you need to buy brand new ones. So I bought the brand new ones, just like the first time. This is painful. This is hatred. I felt very blessed. And what I liked the most, I saw children, 10, 11, 12, coming with the banner, Black Lives Matter, no to racism. That was the greatest gift of that day. And when I saw this massive number of people coming to support my family, it made me believe that I still have to trust this town and the people of this town, that those are doing this vile, really vile attitude are the minorities, and they can change if we open a dialogue with them.
Guys, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ami Job, and today we are having an amazing interview. I promised you guys over a month ago that I was going to do this little interview with people. Some are going to be very fun, exciting, like Gambian artists, or just people that are famous in Gambia or our community, or just anyone who would be interested, of course, to talk about what you are interested in, or if you have something amazing that we should learn from and embrace you, then I can also interview you, just short little interview, which is what we're doing today. Today, my first guest is this amazing lady that lives in Edinburgh, Scotland, here with me, and she's from Congo. She's a single mom and a lawyer, and just amazing woman out there fighting for our lives. But what she's been through living in Scotland over the years, we all have our reason why we want to move back to Africa, and this is one of the reasons why, and this is why I'm doing this video. So this woman is amazing. When I saw her video and her interview with the BBC, which I'm going to be putting here, you can see it, and you can look her up and her amazing work and support her if you want. So when I saw her and I contacted her, and I'm so grateful that she's so humble and just amazing person. She could have turned me down and said, who the hell is this woman? But she take me really nice, talk to me really nice, and appreciate and accept, to do this interview. So we're going to introduce her and we're going to hear her story. And yeah, give this video a like, and you're going to have her details when you can support her if you want. I will link her details down below on the description box. So yeah, relax and let's start this topic. So yeah, Sister Debora, welcome to my platform, and you will tell the viewers why you are here today and your experience for living in Scotland all of these years, and your experience with racism for living in Scotland, and why you're campaigning against racism in Scotland. So yeah, welcome, and tell us about you, please.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Sister Amy Jo. Thank you so much, each one of you, for watching this moment. My name is Debora Kayembe. I was born and raised in the Congo, but I came in Scotland back in 2011. And if you've been in the media recently, you could, in the year 2019, you can hear the headline in the media mentioning that for the first time in Scottish history, a female African had a portrait erected at the Royal Society of Edinburgh. So that person is me. When you look at the portrait at the Royal Society of Edinburgh, it's a very different image that you're seeing the woman today on the screen with you. But this is me, Debora Kayembe. I am a lawyer and I am a linguist, and I've offered my service as a lawyer to various international organizations. But my story with Scotland is that I've been put in places that no black person has never been sitting. I've never participated on decision that no black person have never taken part. And I've come to the experience and the knowledge that many of the decision, policies or laws are in Scotland does not look at the wider community. It's only look at the white-born Scottish people. And that is an handicap for all of us. It's an handicap for our society. So I have been working so hard on policies in Scotland in the bid to see a more inclusive Scotland, a more Scotland will look at the diversity of people up there, respecting their culture, respecting their dignity. But although I've been so well elevated in Scotland by being one of the most prolific human rights lawyer in Scotland, racism came to me and it has hit me in my heart.
I'm sorry about that, all you've been going through trying to fight for our life. But I just want to say that we really appreciate you because the universe, what I always say is that the universe is already mixed. People are already mixed race and people are already mixed. So people that are racist, they have to quit this racism. It's not going to help us because the universe is already mixed. Doesn't matter what land you've been to. You're going to find mixed race people. Doesn't matter where you go. And yeah. So I just want to thank you for this amazing job you're doing. And yeah, before I ask you about, this incident that, we've talked about people nailing your car tire and your experience about your daughter, the teacher was being kind of like racist to her at school and everything. Before I ask about that, if you can please just recap on how long you've been living here. I can't remember if you mentioned how long you've been living here in Scotland and what brought you to Scotland. Did you mention that already, or?
I came in Scotland in 2011. I came in Scotland in 2011, and I came here to requalify as a solicitor because back home in the Congo, I used to be a solicitor. So when I came in Scotland and I moved to Scotland to settle here with my family after a very difficult divorce, I thought, why not become what I want to be? I always be a lawyer. Why not reapply to become a lawyer? So this is what I started. I came here to requalify, to study, to enhance my capacity. So I was at the Law Society of Edinburgh. Also, I went to Irwell University to enhance my capacity as a linguist because I speak 7 languages, and all this talent needed to be put on training for me to be able to perform properly. And then all this journey brought me to the Royal Society of Edinburgh by being one of the most brightest, talented person in Scotland. But I am the only one at the moment. The Royal Society of Edinburgh exists for 175 years. They never had any African portrait erected there. My portrait is there. So I think all African people in Scotland must have the hope that one day they will make that journey. Amazing. And their talent will be respected and used as they've been using mine.
Wow, how amazing, because I speak 4 languages. Well,
yes.
The number 4 one is not very good, and my Mandinkas are not very good either, but I can understand Fula very well and have a basic conversation. But oh my God, you speak 7 languages. You're just amazing, and your amazing work, oh my God. Really, you inspire a lot of people to fight against human rights, because racism is against human rights. That's what you're doing, and I've been living here for 14 years. But I've never come across someone fighting for racism like that. And we all do have racist incidents here, living here over the years. Our children do experience it. So once again, just thanking you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So since you moved here 11 years ago, and you've been working as a lawyer here as well, or you've been studying as a lawyer? I'm sorry. Since 2011.
I've been working as a lawyer to the Royal Society. I've been working as a lawyer to the Royal Society of Edinburgh, working on policies, as I mentioned before. I've been in places of making decisions that concern the future of the communities in Scotland, and I was quite shocked because they were not inclusive of all other different culture or all other different race. It was all about white, born and bred Scots, which I found very difficult because 1% of the population in Scotland are the minorities, white mixed race people, and the world is more and more colored. The world is more and more mixed race, and I just found this very difficult to believe. How can a country like Scotland, who want to hope for an independent, a new country to be born, but not taking into consideration the profile of culture of people of different race than them? And that was my first sign when I joined the Royal Society of Edinburgh. And I continue really every time I have an opportunity to work on this policy to remind them, please remember, in Scotland, we have black communities, we have mixed race communities, we have Muslim, we have people who are either Christian or Muslim, but they have the African culture. It has to be included in these policies.
Because what you
that
just
has been
said
my
there
work
is
so
true.
far until
Scotland
today.
here, they have certain places that they only will employ people that are from here. The sad truth. That is true. Again, I'm just saying that your amazing job. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah.
And Scotland is one of the racist countries, sadly. It's just not being told and no one talk about it and people just brush it under the carpet. But I do have incidents and I have friends who have incidents.
Yeah,
and again,
just
true. To thank you. And yeah, so what happened? What motivated you to do the Black Lives Matter event that, you know, that lead to people against you and stuff?
Yeah, for many years, I've been victim of racist abuse for many years. I kept quiet because I believe then, as a community, you're not gonna go every time out there complaining. In the end, people will not listen to you. But what happened is, after the death of George Floyd, there's been this feeling within the Scottish community that we are at war, white against black. I did not do nothing wrong. I was at my home resting when somebody came into my house, went to my car, and sabotaged my car. He took the nail, put on both my tires of the car, and then vandalized all the side of the bumper of the car. And then he left to continue. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he did that. But something that bad happened. I woke up in the morning, I went to my car to shop, and suddenly I feel my car was unbalanced. I was almost about to crash. So I get off the car and I look at the car. I saw 2 nails in the car. I was very angry because I saw that is a threat. Because I have no problem with anyone. I've done so well in Scotland. Why somebody will come just to my house to sabotage my car like this? Only because he believes my skin is black and I have to suffer. That is not fair at all. So I went to the press. I told the media my story. I told them, listen, if anybody has a problem with me living in Scotland, tell them to come and tell me, and I will gladly reserve to leave this country. But as long as I work hard in this country, I pay taxes in this country, I have a right to live my life plentifully, even that this means I have to buy expensive car because my problem is why I have a car.
Especially
is it a privilege to have a car? They don't like the fact, they don't like the fact that you're showing a successful life, and that is hatred. That is hatred. It's nothing else than hatred. They want you to suffer. They want you to spend more money. They want to ruin you financially. That was their game. So I took the case to the press and I told them, listen, I will not have this. No way. I will not have this. If you want to fight me, I'm going to give you the fight of your life. I'm going to expose you. This is what I did. So that eventually led to the Black Lives Matter protest in Bonnyrigg for the first time in Scottish history. We had that. It's to show the world, no. There are problems in Scotland and they are real. There are people dying in silence in Scotland. They're not saying anything. They're quiet. Why? Because they're afraid for reprisal. And then after the Black Lives Matter protest, I had reprisal. They came to attack me again. They did not stop there. And I'm responding to them. And the press is relaying this story. This is how all of you knew about what happened.
And you know what? Even if you don't do Black Lives Matter, they were still going to continue attacking you.
Absolutely. This is what they do. They want to shut you down. They want to break you into pieces. But as long as you, my community, and all decent people who are standing with me can come forward and support my cause, we will defeat them.
We definitely have to raise a voice for the whole world to know that racism is unacceptable and it's against human nature in general. I don't understand how people think that this race have to exist and this other race doesn't have to go anywhere. Everywhere is independent. Anywhere, anybody is independent to go anywhere you want. When I talk about racism, I get emotional.
It's the freedom of it's the freedom to live at peace, boss. Some people, they just don't get that. Everybody is free. Everybody is free to rejoice the fruit of his work. What I have, I did not steal it. I work hard to earn it. So why are you making jealousy of it?
Oh my God. And
it doesn't
like I
make any
said,
sense.
even if you don't do Black Lives Matter, they'll attack you. Because I have a friend who they attack and burn her car when she's sleeping right outside her house.
Yes,
and for no
absolutely.
reason, and she didn't even do any Black Lives Matter. This is a few years ago. And I also know other people that they cried their car, burned their car, even my area here. Sometimes I get scared if I end up getting a car, if I'm still here, what's going to happen? So thank you very much for your hard work, sis. We have a long way to go, but at least when you start, others will join you, and it shall get better for people that, that it's going to remain.
It's a long way to
future,
go,
inshallah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm going to ask you again the next question about
Inshallah,
how
yes.
people were, your daughter was facing racism at school, because a lot of the schools here have racism. And I was talking about that in my language yesterday in a video. A lot of these countries, it's not just Scotland, they have racism in the schools, and sometimes the teacher themselves is racist, and sometimes some of the children are racist. And the children, this is going to affect their mental health and their self-development in general as a person. So if you can just please tell us your daughter's experience at the school.
Yeah, that's happened.
Absolutely.
I was home when my daughter from school.
Yeah, that's happened 2 weeks ago. I was home when my daughter from school gave me a call, and she was crying, and she said, "Mom, the dance teacher has asked me to perform a slave dance." And I said, "What? Slave dance?" Yes, there is an image. There is a video here of Nina Simone about strange fruit. And that video is showing a graphic image of lynching black people during the 1960s in Alabama. So I was quite shocked. And I said, "Tell the teacher you don't want to dance. Say, I will not dance." I spoke to my mom, "I will not dance." And come home, tell me exactly what happened. So my daughter came in the afternoon and tell me what really happened. It is shocking. We are in Scotland. For all the lesson you can give to children in the classroom in relation with slavery, you choose a video, an offensive video of lynching, burning alive black people from 1960s in Alabama, and you ask the children to do a choreography about this. I said, "What? For everything you can teach the children in this world, you really going to the worst thing like that?" So I called the school. They refused to pick up my phone. I called the second day. They refused to pick up my phone. Then I called the media. I informed the media. When the media contacted me, they said the school are denying what you're saying. So we're going to see if we're going to publish the story, Deborah, because the school are saying it's never happened. And I said, "Oh, really?" So the following morning, the media published the story. So it became a crash between my daughter and the school. The girls in school, on that school, they have hatred. They use the opportunity to insult my daughter online.
Oh my God.
Insult my family online. So I said, I called the newspaper and I said, "Listen, I want to protect my daughter. Took this down. I'm going to change the world now. I'm going to write this petition, and the petition need to go to the Scottish Parliament with the whole story, the way it's happened in written, and it's going to be in the Scottish Parliament forever. A new law is going to be erected to protect children against racism in the classroom." That is the reason of my
very
video.
And bold step that you're taking. Again, I can't thank you enough. Like I always say, the country, the world, all over the world is already mixed. Anywhere you go. So even if we go back to Africa, there's still mixed race people here, and there's still going to be other Africans here and other Scottish people all over the world as well. So people have to get over racism all over the world. And again, I can't thank you enough, sis.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry that this happened to your daughter.
Yeah.
That's wrong, because my daughter did the slave history at school, but no one asked them to do slave dance. And I think I will ask her again, but they didn't even show them this really horrible video that you're talking about. Because these children are young, and if they're the only black person in the school, you can teach them. But you don't have to show some really horrible image just to maybe make the child feel down and other people to bully the child or what.
My daughter was uncomfortable, and on a statement she said,
My daughter was uncomfortable, and on a statement she said, I refuse to say anything because it's going to steal problems. And I say, where in the world, in a classroom, a child will be afraid to express himself because it's going to be uncomfortable. I thank God because some of a friend in the classroom stood with Sophie. They said, we're not going to do this. We refuse to do it. We are uncomfortable. We're not going to do this. And that saved my daughter, you know, because there were some white girls up there, some white boys and girls up there, standing with Sophie saying, no, Sophie's, we're not going to do that. We refuse to do that. It was so uncomfortable. Even myself, when I saw the video, I said, what came to the mind of these people? Are they not aware about how the world is changing up there? Just go like this and showing.
Some of the teachers are racist. This particular teacher choose this bad image
so
and
now
this bad
I'm
video
saying,
and try to force your daughter to dance this dance because I don't trust her. She might be one of the racist teachers.
I think it's about education too. There's a problem with education.
I think it's about education too. There's a problem with education in Scotland, particularly education of other people, because you know Scotland has an history of racism. Scotland has a history of slavery.
Exactly.
Why does she need to take the video from America? If it was in Scotland, find the story from Scotland. Why did you take the video from America? A very, very bad example,
you know, I just want to say something there about
society.
That.
It's
all
disgusting.
Over the world, all these Western countries, they like to use America part of the slavery, and they also were involved. So they just do that to try to show that America is the bad side, is the bad people, is the one that who hate black, so they can cover their side of the story.
It's true. I'm telling you, that's the truth, and I agree with you. They want to show the bad of the others, but their own bad, they bury it, nobody can see it. It's about time to take it public. It's about time to tell everyone what's happening in this country.
Oh, sis, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I just can't thank you enough. So yeah, you can just say what you want to say to wrap up this interview. I don't want to hold you too long. Let us know what we can do to maybe minimize racism or something, you know.
Yeah, I want to. Yes, I would like to make an appeal for two things. One appeal is about the petition that we launch online with change.org. There is a petition called Addressing Racism within Scottish Education. We need as much as signature on this petition. If you can sign the petition, I'll be really grateful to you. Thank you for that, because next month is Black History Month. That is the month we're going to introduce this petition in Parliament for history and for actions. Secondly, we got a GoFundMe crowdfunding called Freedom Work, Friend of Debora. People have been donating generously. Please, if you can donate, please donate. I'll be really grateful. And you, to my friend Amijo, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for this moment. We stick together.
Thank you so much. Send me all the links for these things that you're talking about, the GoFundMe and the petition, and I will share it with my subscribers. Definitely, they will help you too, and I will support too. And just again, I can't thank you enough, and thank you for granting me this interview. I'm so proud of you, sis. Like I said, I've been living here for 14 years and a half, nearly 15 now. In February, it will be, inshallah. And I never seen any black person that's standing up, fighting for this thing you're talking about. And there's a lot of racism going on in Scotland, especially in Glasgow and even Edinburgh here. Okay. People sometimes get attacked when they're coming from work. Some people even lost their life from it. You just wouldn't hear it from the news or anything like this. But racism is going on here. And thank you so much that, you know, you're standing up in the media and facing these challenges on your own as a single mother. And yeah, I can't thank you enough. And thank you so much for having you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. See you again. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.